Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to Psionic Aftermath. And today we have a very special clan war for everybody. It is going to be against All Inspiration. We have a 2 GM, 2 High Masters clan war. And today I am joined by Faith. So Faith, how you doing, man?
I'm doing great, man. Looking forward to some great GM level StarCraft. Always nice to cast some of our big boys over here.
Yep, we got Starkiller in this clan war, so it'll be nice to see him in action. As well as Kespata and Barbosa. Flume, possibly, if he can make it.
Yeah, the first three all good Circ players, right? A little bit disappointed. I think Flume is a Protoss, right? No? Yes. I think so, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So at least if he shows up at the end, we'll get some Protoss play, and that'll be nice. But yeah, for now we have some Zerg players representing Psionic Aftermath here, which is gonna be cool to see.
So, Quail is going to be the Quail versus Caspada is going to be our first set. It's going to be on Cerulean.
Cerulean, interesting. Hold on, I need to double check, but that's the like sort of big macro map, right?
Right, that's
With,
the
like,
huge one.
Yeah, the huge one. Really cool map, I think. It's probably my favorite one out of the new map pool so far. Although I am a Protoss player, so it kind of makes sense. But yeah, I mean, it's really fun. It's got a lot of like pretty easy 3 base, and then the 4th base is a little bit far out, kind of. But yeah, it's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
The 4th is a big contention for that map. Even the Pro Series we cast last time, Droptimus, forgetting the set, that was an interesting kind of look at how PVZs will turn out on that map. So looks like Jedi Zealot and Droptimus in the chat. Jedi Zealot saying Caspada is representing his home state, Minnesota. Up there.
Ooh, cold Minnesota. I can. Yeah, that's a good state. That's mini Sweden over in America, in my opinion. So it's good. Got some Vikings over there, you know.
Way too cold for me.
Yeah, I don't know. They've had it colder than we have had we we have had hotter weather here in Sweden than they have recently. So that's always amusing.
So I guess we're waiting. Yeah, we're waiting for Quail. Oh no, he's here. Never mind.
Yeah, so I think it's we can just jump in the lobby, I believe.
I'm gonna promote Ribai to leader, just so I don't have to deal with that.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. It's really hard to cast and host at the same time. I feel on that, man.
Jedi Zealot, you're saying caster volume. Which person, Faith or me? Let me see my volume.
I'd speak louder, but I unfortunately cannot, as it is 1:30 a.m. here. Well, no, 1:10 or something, right? So I don't want to be too loud, considering neighbors, and I have a girlfriend sleeping upstairs and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, I upped it a bit. Hopefully that's better. Oh no, that's wrong. Okay. Yep. Okay, just upped him. Keep it on. Give me feedback, Jedi Zealot. Hopefully that's better. The game sounds pretty loud too. Let me turn that down.
Yeah, that's always something I notice from going from playing to casting. Like going from playing to replays, is that the game sound gets a lot louder when you're in the replay than when you're playing for some reason. Which is like, I've never understood that.
For sure, yeah. It's funny because the StarCraft volume is pretty loud, and then when you go into on OBS, it can really get loud when you're trying to balance the caster volume. Yeah, I was thinking about that. It's like 1:30 in Sweden, man. That's late. Thanks for still making it.
Yeah, I mean, this is pretty much the life as a EU member in an NA clan, mostly NA clan. We're recently working on that, right? We've gotten some pretty big, a pretty big EU roster now too, so that's fun. But yeah, casting at 1 a.m. is pretty common if you want to cast with Psionic as a Swede,
Okay, looks like I turned it. Oh my goodness, I'm way loud now. What?
Yeah, you got way louder on Discord for me as well. So I had to turn you down. I don't know. Yeah.
Okay. Hopefully this is better. Goodness. Okay.
Yeah, that stream volume, man. It's always a tricky thing. It's like I haven't touched mine I just can't touch mine because I know I'll fuck it up again, and it took so much work to get it to like decent levels. So yeah.
It's so weird. My mic just got super loud. I don't know if it was like energy spike or I have absolutely no clue.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know either.
I'm getting louder and quieter.
Yeah, you are. Because, like, I can notice it too in Discord. It's really weird. I was like, all of a sudden, you were, like, almost shouting at me. I was like, oh, shit. That got really... I was like, maybe he took that really seriously. It was like turning on up your, volume, right? To fix the...
Just so passionate, man. Okay, turned them. So hopefully, I mean, it's looking balanced to me with the green bars, but is it good now? Hopefully. Okay, Quail's internet died, which I can totally sympathize with.
Yeah.
How's your internet in
Always,
Sweden?
well, it's quite good, to be honest. I mean, it's probably we have one of the best internets in the world. We have like Google Fiber almost everywhere, so it's like ridiculously good. But sometimes since it is like I live in the countryside, so sometimes there's some dude who just like digs up a cable and messes everything up, or there's like a thunderstorm and shit. So I do feel the internet pain sometimes, but usually like it has to be some pretty big major issue for me to have internet issues,
Right. Yeah, man, I'm jealous of that. Like some people's internet in like Romania, Baxter, man, it's so good.
Yeah.
Okay, Snoopy's saying turn up the overall mic. I did that. Hopefully it's better.
Oh, maybe you were double speaking, because that happens sometimes. Like, because I had that problem because it was picking up my headset mic and picking up the sound of my own voice in my headphones, because I can hear myself when I'm talking, right?
Right.
So it was like double speaking in the stream, and it was really annoying. Took me like a week to figure that out. I was like, why? It sounds so weird and so loud.
Okay, Snoopy's given us the all clear, so hopefully it should stay this way.
Awesome, yeah. Yeah, so just waiting on Mr. Qual to get back, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or Quail, or yeah. So, wonder what race he's gonna be pulling out. Looking at his profile, it looks like he's a Zerg player. Hard to tell though, because he hasn't, played any ranked games yet, so he isn't qualified. But he has some Zerg games, just not ranked.
Right.
Yeah. If it's a CVZ on Cerulean, that'll be really interesting, because again, this is a really big map. Right, so a lot of things can happen. Like, big maps in CVC is kind of weird, because, links are so fast, and yeah.
Right. Kind of like what we saw last season with some longer ZVZs on Darkness Sanctuary, Cerulean, kind of be a placeholder for that.
Yeah.
Hey,
like on that map, people would do stuff like night display, which is like really rare in CVC, right? Because the rush distance is so long.
Right. Yeah. So I mean, I'm a big fan of keeping some of that element alive for sure.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like, yeah.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, like, I just feel like Darkness Sanctuary was a good map in some matchups, but some matchups it was just unplayable because of the imbalance issues. But sometimes it made for really cool games in like Pro Series and stuff. So yeah.
Right.
So it is going to be a CVC, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Compare.
Suggest asking, is it going to be all ZVZs? It depends on what their players are. Our roster is all Zerg except for Flume. But yeah, Chronotron, say what's up, man?
Good old Chronotons. Haven't seen him in a while. Used to practice with that guy a lot.
One of Landfear's buddies, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. They went to Austin together, I remember. Sent a bunch of pictures to everyone.
It's cool. Yeah. Alrighty. For game number 1 of Allin versus Psionic Aftermath, in the top corner of Cerulean Fall, we have Godquill as the Blue Zerg.
And in the bottom left-hand side of the map for Psionic Aftermath, we have our own Kispada.
This is going to be a best of 7 all kill. There we go.
Yeah, so at least 4 games. That's gonna let us show off some cool maps here. I believe the setup for the teams is 2 M1s and 2 GM players, right?
That is right.
Yeah, that's gonna give us some really high-level games too, which is always nice. It is worth pointing out, but oh shit, never mind. Scratch that. I think we have a 13-12 here from Caspada, right?
Yep, it looks like that. Got that really fast pull up, and he's producing some links. Now, one of the things is Cerulean Fall is a bigger map, so the travel time for the links cross map will be quite a bit longer.
Yeah. I believe the good thing about this, though, for the cheesing player is that the Overlord also takes a long time. So, like, you're not going to see that there's no natural for a long time. And if you sort of curve the links here, because, like, look at where the Overlord is. I think you can definitely run around the Overlord if you... But then again, this is a new map, so, like, people don't really think about stuff like that because they don't know the Overlord paths and such.
Oh, no.
Yeah, so they're going to run right underneath the Overlord. But still, I mean, look at how late this pool is. It was a gas into drone into pool. So, like, this was like a 18 or 19 pool off their hatchery. Like, this is really late. It's about as greedy of an opening as you can do from Goquel. And he's going to run into a fast speedling push, which is probably going to be followed. No Banelinks, because he's not mining gas. But this is definitely going to at least get the hatchery and probably do more.
Yeah, Godquill is trying to pull some drones here to delay time for the Queen to pop out at the natural, but the Queen is barely halfway done, and they're already starting to pick away at the hatchery. Godquill is going to try to throw all the drones and lings down at Caspada to try to defend the hatchery, and he might make it work because there's no Baneling or extra ling follow-up for Caspada. Actually, there's a few coming in.
Yeah. Strange to see a 13-12 without Banelinks. Usually you have Banelinks with this, so you can like deal with this exact thing, the people that pull drones. But that's a good surround on the Queen. That's a really huge pickoff. And now he can use these superior speed links. Like, he can just keep away from his enemy Zerglings. Just pick up drones if he plays it correctly. It's really hard to do, but like, this is why like speed is so important for Zerglings, of course.
Right, so getting that one Queen is a nice pickup, and now he's getting into some drones. If he can get a decent amount of drone kills, then that will
drones,
yeah, I mean 4 drones is a decent number. If he gets another one here, that'd be nice.
Yeah, I mean they're even on markers now, I guess. But you know, the good part is that he has speed a lot faster than his opponent. So if he makes more links here and Goquel, he's actually moving out with his Zerglings without speed. This is really risky. Like, if Caspada had been making more Zerglings, he could obviously just, you know, kill these because his are faster. If he has the same number of links, he'll just surround them and kill them, right? He can't get away.
Godquill's speed is really close to finishing, though. So there it is. 2 Queens here should be able to defend this off quite fine.
Yeah. Minor drone lead for... Actually, no, it's quite a substantial one. 6 drones is a lot in a CVZ. And they're both going into... No, actually, no Baneling Nest for Goquel. He's going straight Roach Evo. So... and a lair. So, like, this is going to be that Serral style, you know, +1 Roach into a later third base. It's like a somewhat, you know, greedier opening. Requires usually a wall off if there's like a Ling flood or something. But it has a lot better tech, obviously, because Roaches just straight up beat Lings in the long run. So, yeah.
Yeah, I like that decision from Godquill. He knows that he was ahead a few larvae at a certain point because of all those lings Caspada produced in the beginning. And if he defends this nicely, then he will be in a pretty good spot. Cerulean has a pretty nice choke, so the first Roaches and Queens will be able to get a nice wall. So it doesn't look like Caspada is going to be able to get a ton done with lings. He's going to have to tech up himself.
Yeah, and he is throwing down a lair and a second gas, but no Roach one yet. So like this, okay, never mind. As I said, if I was down the Roach Devo. Alright, so in my mind, I was thinking Spire, which I think would have made sense. Like, he's behind right now. He needs to recognize that he's somewhat behind. Like, his tech is slower. He's, well, he's catching up in workers. Oh, there's a Nidus. Yeah, this is what I was talking about, by the way. He's using the long map, right? Like, usually you don't see Roach Nidus. You just run across the map with Roach speed. But this is, yeah, this is just going to be a Nidus play from Goquel. He's just going to 2-base all in with +1 Roaches. Or 0/0 Roaches.
Yeah, and with the Roach Warren so delayed for Caspada, this could be really difficult for him to hold if he doesn't scout it.
Yeah, and I mean, it's going to be really hard to do. He doesn't have any overlords in a good position. He doesn't have a lair. No, actually, he does have a lair. Yeah, but oh, he just starts a spire. Yeah, no, he's dead. Like, he's making drones still. He has no idea that this is coming. He has, like, a good 5 units or something. He has 4 lings against these, like, 8 roaches and 4 queens. They're going to pop up here. Like, yeah. He was trying to sneak out that spire that I was talking about, which I think would have been a good call. Like, you know, he was behind, but the Roach Nidus is pretty much the super counter to Spire play. Yeah, and the Roach is just gonna come in here, they're chasing away the drones, being pulled into what? Like another mineral line where there's 1 spine about to finish and like 3 banelings, but I mean this is too many roaches.
Okay, he's going to try to drill with the drones. Getting them on top of the queens is nice, but Gothquail's transfuses are perfect. There's just...
Yeah.
Okay, nice wraparound with the lings, though.
Really good surround, but... Look, 32 drones go down. He's on 0 workers. He's on 14 to 32, and like there's still roaches coming out for his opponent. Like if Goquail just like pulls his losses here, like just goes home. Or I mean he doesn't even need to. He has too many roaches. He's just gonna win. But like yeah, he wouldn't even need to end it at this point. But yeah, I mean 1 Mutalisk isn't gonna change this. GG.
Yeah, GG. One thing that's interesting is I wonder if Caspada, he went for the Roach first, then he went into Spire. If he would have just gone, for the Spire first, then you get the Mutus out. I wonder if he was trying to kind of bluff like he was going Roaches, have the Roach Warren at the front and then go for Mew to follow up. But it does leave you weak to a 2-base timing like that.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I was like feeling, right? Because I was thinking about that. That it's just like it was a really fast lair before the Roach Warren. Like that's a bit of a thing. Like usually you don't go lair before Roach Warren because why are you gonna lead the lair if you're gonna make roaches, right? Well, if you're gonna go roach tech, you don't need the lair if you don't have roaches. Like it doesn't work. So yeah, I don't know. Like you said, it's probably he's probably just supposed to throw down the roach warren to confuse his opponent. But I think even if he has like 4 mutas out at that point, like if Goquail just keeps rallying roaches, he's just gonna kill him. Like eventually, like 4 mutas, it takes so long to kill.
Right.
To kill roaches, right? So I don't know.
All
It
right.
would definitely have been closer though if you had a few mutas for sure.
Yeah, and especially on a big map like Cerulean, mutas for map control are really useful. Droptimus subscribed. Thank you, man. With a tier 1 sub. I just noticed that. Sorry I didn't mention it earlier. And I did turn the game sound up. 2 hairs. John Goodman saying looks like one of my ZVZs, except both players have better macro micro decision making.
That's what I say when I watch stats play PvP.
For sure.
Just like my PvPs, except they're better in every way.
Okay.
All right. So next up is Barbarossa, right?
Mm-hmm.
For Psionic Aftermath. Yeah. So another Zerg player. I believe Kispada and Barbarossa. I checked their MMR before, and I believe they're literally 10 MMR apart. Barbarossa was 5k 50, and Kispada was 5k 40, and it was like pretty. I don't know. That's like a good M1 MMR. Like it's mid-level M1 pretty much. So this is good for an M1 slot for sure. Yeah, and he's gonna get the map pick here. Interested in seeing what he picks because I think we're playing with the new maps mainly, right? We're not picking the old maps, the old map pool.
Yeah, new map pool.
Yeah,
I guess.
but he's gonna pick one of the older maps in asset plan.
Oh,
so.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Snoopy asks me that question, and I just wrote on a sticky note to get Streamlabs, and I'm putting it on my computer because I forgot. I'm sorry. It will be on next time, I promise.
Yeah, really good program. Helps with a lot of things, for sure.
Wow, we got 30 viewers. Thanks, guys. This is a full house. And as I say that, it ticks down to 29. Someone just leaves. What is up, like my button? Howdy. I do like your button.
Maybe it just means you're like his button, you know? Like my button. Not.
I don't get
like
it.
without the question mark.
Okay.
Alright.
So, I guess, are we waiting for Quail?
I don't know.
I mean, it's all kills.
I'm
so.
not sure. Oh no, wait. I think yeah. So I think Quail just got kicked from the party because of his DC or something. Oh, Ribeye is not lead. I'm lead. Why am I lead? What the fuck?
Just if you.
Yeah, I'm working on it.
Okay. Yeah.
Randomly gave me leads. Oh, I guess yeah. He said it. Yeah, he got DC'd. Okay, that explains it. All right. Sure. Happens.
Barbosa picked Acid Plant, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
Plant.
right. He's pushed there.
Yeah, pretty standard map. It's, probably the most standard map that's left in the map pool, right? If you don't like, some of the new ones are really standard too. Like Blue Shift is a really, normal map. But Acid Plant is like, people know what to do on this map. It's so, like tried out now. Everyone knows what to do.
Right. Acid Plant and then Blue Shift, aka Catalyst 2.0. Both good maps, standard.
It's always good to have those backbones in the map pool, right?
Sure.
Things that are like, everyone's comfortable here. All right, so it looks like it's gonna be another CVC. Oh wait, yeah, it's Gokale, of course, it's another CVC. For a second there, I'm so used to the Pro League format because I've been casting ATL and stuff.
Right. Yeah.
But yeah, it's all kills. So it's gonna be Gold Quell again against Barbarossa. Yeah, on Acid Plant this time. So let's see if Gold Quell goes for the same super greedy opening against and still holds the 13-12. That'd be funny.
Alrighty, in the top corner of Acid Plant, player number 2 for Psionic Aftermath, it is Barbarossa.
And in the bottom right for Team Allin, it is Goat Quail. Or maybe it's Got Quail.
Got Quail.
I got Quail. Yeah. For some reason I made it Goat. I don't know.
Goat Quail.
I think my... Yeah.
It's like a
Maybe
mythical
it's 'cause I'm
beast.
European,
The
who
Goat
knows?
Quail.
Yeah. You should change his name to that now. That sounds way better. Yeah, but neither player going for a fast pull here. This is just going to be, looks like a hatch first for both players. Barbarossa seems to be doing a little... No, that's a late pull.
Huh.
Alright, so it's an 18 pull with no hatch. So that's something different. I haven't seen that in a while. It's safer against 13-12s and stuff, of course. And then he's just gonna go. He's gonna go 18 pull, 17 hatch, which is like, I think that used to be the old build, right? That people did in like, that was like the old CVC build before people realized that you could actually, hatch first and still hold some early pulls like decently.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just like you said, it's nice against some aggressive plays, and the economic. You don't really lose that much. It's pretty minimal.
Yeah. It's about like 10, 15 seconds on your hatchery, which is, not that bad. It is less production, of course, and like some stuff, but it's not like, obviously, Got Quail's build is good against Barbarossa's, but there's definitely not a like big advantage from going hatch first compared to a slightly faster pool and later hatch.
Yeah, and his queen does come out a lot faster, so gets that first inject quicker. So it's interesting to wonder if someone did an analysis of, with the faster queen, is your delayed hatchery, do you come out economically ahead? It'd be interesting to analyze that.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the first inject gives you 2 more larvae, and the hatchery spawns with 1 and gives you 1 more larva, like, a little bit later. So I guess it's pretty much the same. Very similar, of course. So small edges here and there. And it looks like Garquel's going to go up to a really fast third base here, just like Barbarossa. This is like the normal CVC nowadays. Like, people just throw down a third base because they realize that even if both people go lings, you can keep your third base alive anyway. Like, you don't actually lose that much from, like, having 1 less drone and spending 300 minerals isn't that bad, because minerals isn't the limiting factor in CVC to show this. It's all about the larva. Like, production is the reason you don't have more lings. It's not that you don't have the money. So yeah, people just throw down the hatch nowadays, get more production, and if they survive the ling bane part, it's just a good macro building.
Right, and Barbarossa just got a ling scout, so we saw everything in the main and saw that nothing weird's going on. So it's a nice tell for him.
Did he see the roach warren though? That's important. No, he did not. No. Yeah, he missed the roach warren.
Oh, that was in the natural. Okay.
Yeah, in the natural, behind the mineral lines. He did see that it was only 1 gas, which is like a bit of a tell. Because that means, like, there's no way it's... Probably if you see 1 gas, you're going to be like, yeah, okay, so it's lings into defensive bane lings, right? But it's going to be like a really weird roach timing of 1 gas here from Garquel, which is like... I don't think I've seen this before. He did take the more aggressive third hatch, right? We can talk about that. He can just break down the rocks, and he's pretty close to Barbarossa. And he's like, okay, Barbarossa sees the roaches now. This is a really big thing. Him seeing the roaches in time is so huge. Like, he needs to react to this. Now, yeah, the 16 links come up. He needs to make more bane links too, because there's definitely going to be links with this. Like, he knows he's off 1 gas if he looks at the scout he got of the main. So he needs to know that it's going to be a lot of roach ling and not just roaches. So he needs banes as well.
Right, and he has a couple lings up here, and Roach Warren is just finishing now. So some roaches will be on the production tab, although there's some queens here caught out in the middle. The lings are coming in.
Yeah, but that's a lot of lings. I don't know. Oh no, he lost the baneling. That's really bad. Losing the baneling is a huge deal, because there's so many lings coming now for Garquel. Yeah, and he's going to lose the queens as a result. Oh, good baneling connection there.
There's
at least.
Yeah, there's 2 Ravagers here. It's so smart. Garquel morphed the injured roaches into Ravagers at the last second.
Yeah, but 11 roaches about to pop. This could be huge. He needs to, like, if Garquel doesn't intercept these reinforcements, he's just going to get cleaned up here. And he's down 10 workers.
He cleaned up a lot of those reinforcing roaches, though, with a couple vials. And his army is still marching in.
It's very low on health, though. Like, a lot of these roaches have been whittled down slowly. He is doing damage, for sure, but I don't know if this is enough. Like, he's down 10 workers. A really big deal.
Yeah, some more lings coming in. It looks like, ooh, just gonna GG.
He's gonna GG out, yeah. Good hold by Barbarossa. He like, the scouting here is what won him the game. Like, he saw 1 gas, and then he sees roaches off 1 gas. That can only mean one thing. Like, you're going all in with that. Because roach ling is not a comp that scales, and you can't make pure roach off 1 gas. So, really good scout. Yeah, quite an impressive game for Barbarossa, to be honest. Showing some CVC skills right there. With the Cyril-esque Ling scouts, you know.
Yeah, nice ult from Barbarossa. And he's going to come up again. Let's see, who is Allin's number 2 player?
They invited someone called World is Doom, so I believe that's him. Let's see. It looks like it's another Zerg. 5k Zerg.
No.
4.9k Zerg.
Man, ZVZs.
I love this. This has been my life the last couple months, man. It's all CVCs. Not just, like, just everything you watch as well. It's just CVC.
Hopefully Flume shows up and we can get a Protoss for the last map.
Indeed, yeah. Uh,
Having a best of 7 of all PVZ ZVZs would be terrible.
yeah. Well, every time there's a Protoss in a tournament, everyone goes, yeah, well, he's sure, you know, he's just gonna win it because Protoss is so OP. And then you watch tournament results, and it's never that way. But you know,
You say
the
Protoss is
hate
underpowered?
always real. No, I'm saying they're quite. I'm saying they're all even, and the fact that people shout at the
I don't
one
know.
Protoss.
You got
makes
that
sense.
Discord tag, man.
I do, yeah.
Are you
I
saying
got that
Protoss is
Discord.
underpowered?
I have never said that Protoss is underpowered.
Are you sure?
This is a myth. Yeah, this is definitely a myth. But you know, I've already posted about my tag in what I think about my tag in the thing.
It's
If
funny.
talking balance is balance whining, then I'll take it. You know, I'll live with it. I love the fact that what they screenshotted to give me that thing was a screenshot of me saying, "I love one-shot kill mechanics like Widow Mines." That was the thing that made them make me a balance whiner, and I'm like, okay. I guess I don't know if there's anyone in the world who's like, no, I mean that's not a fair statement. One-shot kill mechanics are completely fine. It's like, you know.
Oh, you were just saying you liked them. You weren't saying they're imbalanced?
Yeah. No, I said I like one-shot kill mechanics. Like
Oh,
that was
okay.
ironic. I was being sarcastic, of course.
Oh, okay. I was like, for a second, I thought you were actually talking about how Widow Mines are overpowered.
No. Like I don't think they're overpowered. I think they're very strong against Protoss, and they're a little bit unfair in that, you know, there's like no real way to counterplay them. But like I don't think they're overpowered in any way. I never think Widow Mines is the best thing for the game.
Alrighty, well, for game number 3, Allin versus PsiX. In the top corner of Parasite, we've got World is Doomed for Allin.
And in the bottom left of right of Parasite, we have for Psionic Aftermath, Barbarossa going for a 13-12. What do you know? We've seen 3 CVCs, and 2 of them so far have been 13-12s. This is probably the most fun matchup in the game, don't you think?
Yeah, it's exciting.
Yeah. Oh, well, we're gonna see fast speed links. I think this time it's probably gonna be the bait. No, actually, he's pulling out of gas already, so it's not gonna be a bailing version. So ignore me. It's just gonna be mass links, and I mean, World is Doom is going fast pull. I mean, pull first. It's not like a 13-12. It's I think this was a 16 pull, I believe. 16 or 17 pull and 16. I think it was 17 pull, 16 gas, which is like that's the defensive speed opening.
Right?
So this is pretty much a builder counter for World is Doom. Like this is really bad for Barbarossa, to be honest. He will have a Baneling Nest faster. That's the good, you know. His speed will be faster, and his Baneling Nest will be faster. So like, if World is Doom undermakes links, if he's like, yeah, this was probably, you know, just a few links or something, then he's gonna be in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, but World is Doomed just made 6 lings, so...
Yeah, he's making more. Like, yeah. I don't know. He doesn't know anything, though. He didn't see the links because the links ran around the Overlord.
Okay, now he sees them.
Maybe, yeah, now he sees them for the first time. I think he was just gearing up to do his own attack, to be honest. So, yeah. But, you know, Barbarossa has more links here. Good micro, too. Really good micro. Yeah, okay. So, way better trade there for Barbarossa. Really impressive link micro, and he's making Bane links, too. Like, that's a really big deal. Oh, lose the link there, but... Yeah, like really, he pulled back the 1 HP links to keep them alive, which really helped out there.
So basically, right now, Barbarossa has a very small window of time he can hit while speed is up, is not up for World of Doom, and he has some Banelings. He's got to be really careful. This is basically the only trade he can make.
Oh no, the links, the Banes are being... Oh, okay, decent connection there. I think he got like 3 links, which is good for this time in the game for Baneling, but yeah, I don't know. There are queens here. I don't think he can actually get this hatchery, that's really troubling for him.
Okay, he's just going to try to get this round on the queen.
Ooh, I think...
No.
He just doesn't get it and loses all the links. Yeah. I mean, that's game ending right there. Oh, is he going to get the... No, not Baneling connection. Yeah, no. I mean, his world just has more now. It's just more Banes. Oh, good connection too. Like when you're ahead on links like this, just trading 2 Banes for 2 Banes is so good. Like, yeah.
Yeah, the window is already closed for Barbarossa. You know, it looked like for a second he might get something done with his good lane micro in the beginning.
Yeah.
And then he had the banlings out, but basically he had to make those banlings work. Otherwise, you know, the queen's just going to be too much. And now Barbarossa can pressure across the map because he has so much more larva.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's just yeah. The world just has more stuff. Like he just has a hatchery, so he can just make more stuff. He's also picking up banelings pretty much for free. Oh, that's a good connection, though. That was really good for Barbarossa, but I don't know. Like it's just yeah. I think Barbarossa actually microed better this game, but it's just it doesn't matter because he was just counter built like super hard. If you go 13-12 and you do it into a 17 pool, like you're just gonna die pretty much always.
So. Right. And World is Doom. I mean, actually built quite a few lings, more than is always standard. So he got lucky there.
Yeah. It was basically like he was blind countering him. Like even though he made more lings than you usually do with that build, so like it was just yeah. I don't know. At this point, the game is very much so over. Like he's producing off less drones in a Ling Bane war, and I don't know. I'm not sure why World is committing so hard. Like if he keeps throwing away Lings and Banes, that's the one way that Barbarossa can come back in this game. Like if he keeps getting connections like he has with his Banes. But I don't know. That would require some really bad micro from World is Doom.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah. So like this is what he needs, right? So far the Banelings from Barbarossa have been connecting really well. So that's like the good part. But I mean, he doesn't have any Banes anymore, and he has less Lings. And his Banes for World.
Yeah, I mean, that's the only way Barbarossa could ever win is just get some really sick Baneling connections. Ooh, but World is Doom gets on top of the morphing Banelings and shuts them down. He's got 3 rolling in here. He's going to start attacking the hatchery. I think this will be the last nail in the coffin.
Yeah, so yeah, that's it. I mean, he's just up 10 workers too. He's been droning at the same time, and he's still winning the Ling Bane war. Yeah, so that's... Ooh, yeah, I mean, 1 Bane for 2 there too. It was just going to be a never-ending conga line of Lings coming across the map, and he's up 10 workers, and Barbarossa isn't even mining. Like,
he's just going to fight with every last drone. Okay, there we go. Well played.
GG. Oh well, good try by Barbarossa. I think that's a good map for doing that though. Like the 13-12 is really good on this map, which is probably why World is Doom went for that fast pool, or you know, like a safe pool, you can say. Because it was like this map, the Overlord doesn't go over the straight path of the Circlings, so like you can actually hide your Circlings for a longer time if you do 13-12. So it's a good map for this, but you know, he just got super blind countered. Barbarossa did, so. Even though he completely out-microed World is Doom in most of the fights, like, even if you look at the graphs, like, World is Doom was up, he was at, like, double the army supply, and he lost all of it without Barbarossa losing, like, almost anything because of Banes. But it didn't matter. He was just so far ahead.
Right. So, player number 3 is going to be Starkiller, the legend.
Yes. The man who made it to WCS Challenger, NA, this season, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You had a really
Quite
good
impressive.
run there.
Yeah. Sadly, he lost. He was in the same group as Neeb and
Scarlet?
no, Neeb and it was Neeb and Antis and
Wait, I thought
what's his name? Silky, right? It was Neeb, Antis, Silky, I think, and Starkiller. And then he lost to
right,
Antis
right.
to get knocked out. Yeah.
Yeah,
In the CVC.
I meant Silky, not Scarlet. There we go.
Yeah.
Well,
Starkiller beat Silky, which was really good. So that's quite impressive. Silky beat Neeb last season, so I mean that's a really good CVC performance. But he did lose to Antis, who is, you know, fairly unknown Zerg, but still, you know, really high GM player.
Yeah, Silky, it's actually quite surprising how poorly he did. A lot of people are anticipating him to do well in that CVC group. and then just bombed out pretty much.
Yeah, just got wrecked 2-0, right? By Starkiller and Antis. So, yeah. We didn't even get to see the rematch of Neeb versus Selkie, which was unfortunate. But I mean, Starkiller looked really good in that CVC. So hopefully it can show us some good CVC here as we go into the third game of the night, which is, you guessed it, CVC. It's on blue shift. I mean, that's a good choice by Starkiller, I think. He just wants the standard map because he thinks he's the better player. Which, you know, considering MMR and relative, you know, like, performances, like getting to WCS Challenger, he would be probably the better player. Yeah.
And Starkiller is going to be also against their second Masters player, so this should be a pretty easy set for him.
Yeah, I mean, it's 6K to like 4.9. Like, that's a huge difference. What? It's like 1,000 and it's 1,100 MMR, which is ridiculous.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if World is Doom goes for something cheesy here.
Yeah, I mean, he should. That's the smartest thing to do, probably. But yeah, I mean, CVC is a weird matchup. That's the thing, right? If it was any matchup where a guy who's 1,000 MMR down would win, it's like CVC or PvP. Those are like the two matchups where you can beat someone that's way better than you. Probably especially PvP, but CVC as well.
Alrighty, would you do the honors, Faith?
Yes. All right. In the top left-hand side of the map, right-hand side of the map. I did it again. For Allin is World is Doom.
And at the bottom, we have the Red Zerg, Starkiller for Psionic Aftermath.
I keep throwing myself off because I look at the map the wrong way.
Oh yeah, I've done that 1,000 times too.
Yeah.
I just say a corner, upper corner, because I don't, yeah, left,
really,
right.
Yeah. Should start doing that. It's just really weird to do left and right in a virtual world, to me at least. Like, yeah, I don't know. It's jumbled.
Yeah, you know what? I have that exact problem, and when I tell people that, they're like, "What?" They're like,
They're like the same. It's the same, dude. It's like, I don't know. I don't know about that. But yeah, I mean, here's the funny thing: Starkiller is doing the safest build you can do. Well, he did go for a slightly later pool and a faster gas, which is like, you know, a little bit less safe. But I mean, if you do this build, you should almost never die to an early pool. 13-12 is a little scary because there might be banelings very early. But I mean, this is just a straight up really safe build from Starkiller, which, you know, keeps going with the theme that he thinks he's the better player.
right.
So I'd say it's quite smart.
Alrighty, thank you for the bits. Chevy is current bit leader. Nice.
Good old Chevy, man. Always a good supporter of Psionic Aftermath and a good member / player and all those things. Haven't seen him in a while though. We're talking. Unfortunately.
So Starkiller is actually going to be coming in with just 4 lings, and his speed will be much faster, so he's just going to poke around with these lings, might start chipping away at the third.
Yeah, probably hoping for a few drone kills, maybe, you know. At best, you could cancel a third, but like, he's not making that many lings, so that he's probably just going to go into a macro game from here. As I say that, he starts up a few lings. We'll see.
He's going to lose some drones here.
Yeah. He's got to get at least one. Always value, right? Four links should usually not get a drone. Really good.
Yeah, now he's just going to start chipping away at the third. There will be enough lings for World is Doomed to repel it. So that third not going to get cancelled.
Yeah, but I mean, Starkiller's speed is about to finish up just now. It's in about a few seconds here, and he has a lot more links.
Ooh, wait a second,
so, like,
yeah.
Yeah,
He's
like, this is probably going to be a pretty much free cancel at least, but most likely he's going to go for more here too. Like, oh, and he starts up 16 links at once. Like, World is Doomed just wasn't using his larva. Like, you should not have the larva to make 20 links at once. That's way too much, so I don't know.
Okay, we could just see this win. Oh, loses a queen. Nice backed against the wall. And there's 2 Baneleys coming in. This could just be a straight up lose.
Yeah, I mean, there's Banes and too many links. I don't think he can hold this. Like, it's gonna take a big fuck up from Starkiller to not win this game. Like, he's gonna get the second queen here too.
Wow.
The Banes are in the mineral line. He's not even gonna lose it to the queen. Yeah, and I mean, he's just counterattacking. World of Wisdom is counterattacking, which is like, I don't know. I can't blame him. It's like a decent move. He's kind of fucked, but
Yeah, it's the only thing he can do. The lanes of Starkiller are in the main, and he's taking everything down. So the drones are pulled from Starkiller. He doesn't really have to mine anything now. He can pretty much just win.
Yeah, I mean, it's gonna be cleaned up, and it's just 4 drones to 16. Yeah, GG.
And I'm so bad at predicting ZVZs. I'm like, the third's not going to get canceled. And then Starkiller just wrecks it. It's like...
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing. Everything changes immediately, like in CVC. Because they can just make so many things instantly, Make it quick so you can get the real games.
Okay, so this is going to be Starkiller versus Riser. This is a big name matchup. Probably 2 of the biggest, I'd say, biggest name for PsiX and the biggest name for Allin, pretty much, more or less.
Yeah, pretty much. It's gonna be awesome to see. Yeah, this is gonna be a really high level game, of course. And this time it's not gonna be a CVC. It's gonna be a PVC, which again, that's really good because that's the matchup I actually know shit about. That's my favorite matchup by far. And it's the one that I practice all the time, even though I should probably try to learn how to beat Terrans as well, which I never do. So, but yeah, and it's gonna be Lost and Found too. That's a interesting pick from Riser. Well, I don't really know what you would pick that as a Protoss player. I don't know. Yeah.
I mean, I feel like Lost and Found, as opposed to some of the other maps, the 4th is a bit actually more defendable. If you take the one on the low ground with the rocks, you got a pretty nice choke there, as opposed to Cerulean, where it's like good luck taking a 4th on that map. So if our Riser wants to go later game, I could definitely see Lost and Found being chosen over some of the other maps in the pool.
Yeah, I mean, it's a very explored map. I think it has some issues though. Like, it's very easy for PsiX to set up like the 2-way push or even 3-way push, where like they burst lurkers at your 4th, they attack your 3rd base with a bunch of hydras and stuff, and you need to make cannons and shield batteries and have some storms sitting by. It's like it's a little iffy, and it has a lot of like, it's very easy to block yourself with your buildings when you're building a 4th base. Like, you can block yourself into this hallway between the 3rd and 4th, making it really hard to get at the lurkers and stuff.
Right.
But I'm getting way ahead of myself. This is, of course, quite a lot later in the game. Anyways, we have here spawning in the top right-hand side of the map for Allin. It is Riser.
And in the bottom, the Teal Zerg. In the bottom left, it is Starkiller. Sue Snoopy reminding us in the chat on the 26th of August, there will be a Pro Series match between Starkiller and Riser. So this is a preview of that. And check it out on the Afrika TV channel, guys.
Yeah, and that's a best of 9, I think, for quite a decent chunk of change. So that's going to be really hype. I'm, of course, going to watch that. Honestly, I'd like to cast it, but I've never casted for any of our Afrika things before. So, I'll perhaps have to ask around about that. I don't know how they get the casters. But yeah, it'll be an interesting match, especially now that they're going to have to show some of their builds. Just like Starkiller said earlier.
Yeah, he wanted to hide his build history.
Yeah. Oh, and wow, Starkiller going for a, what is this? 14 pool? No, 16 pool? That was really weird. I don't, this is like the midway pool. Usually people go 14-14 if they're gonna go fast pool. Or they go, oh no, it's a cannon rush.
Okay, this is a later cannon rush. He went gate first.
It's the parting cannon rush. It's the gate into Forge, which is, it was invented by parting. It's honestly a lot better than the normal cannon rush, I think.
Wow, this is interesting.
Yeah, so there's gonna be spines started out, but I don't think that's the correct response. Especially not if Riser goes all the way and makes some shield batteries down here. Oh, he hasn't started a Cybercore yet.
Oh goodness, Starkiller. He's wasting a ton of time with his drones.
Yeah, I don't know what these are doing
It's
at all.
just
They're
waffle.
not killing anything. Yeah, I mean, I guess he's just okay. So he can't let him get high ground vision, is what he's thinking. And he's
Okay.
gonna get that probe. Oh, really nice. All right, so he is probably gonna hold this now, because his opponent didn't throw down a cybercore, which is like really weird to me. Why is there no cybercore with this?
Okay, so there's the one probe up on the high ground, but now, okay, he has no high ground vision.
He doesn't have high ground vision. Yeah, like this
But-
is just straight up held now.
Right, but the natural was canceled, so that is some benefit for Riser, and he's getting his natural up right now.
Yeah. So like, I don't know. I've never seen a game like this. I feel like Riser should have just straight up won this game the way it turned out if he had just dropped his cybercore like a lot faster. Like, he did not need to build 3 cannons first of all, and he also did not need to build like the extra pylons and stuff. Like it kind of seemed like he hasn't done this build before a lot, which is unfortunate. Because when parting does it, usually like when the cannon's finished, there's like a halfway done cybercore, so you can like build a couple shield batteries, you know, power up the cannons, and you can build gateways and rally stalkers. And stalkers with shield batteries just wreck everything because you can just kite everything. Like slow lings can't ever surround the stalkers, so
Right.
it's a ridiculously good build, but he just sort of half committed and it didn't really work out.
Now, Starkiller just snuck a drone out during that and is going to get his third up quite actually on time. So he's going to have 3 bases. You know, all said and done, he's still in a pretty decent spot. And Riser's tech isn't that far ahead. I think what you said is really true. He should have prioritized getting his tech up since he's already denying the natural pretty much with that build.
Yeah. So like, if he had just made one less cannon, which is the same cost as a cybercore, and just made a cybercore, of course, easy to say in hindsight. Like, what if he gets high ground vision, kills the spines, and wins the game, right? You can just also say that, but I don't think that's realistic. So I just think popping down the cybercore would have been better. But as like, even though I say all this, I still think Riser's in a great position. Like, he's up 9 workers against a Zerg player. I mean, he's also like, he's got better tech. He's got a Stargate on the way, and yeah, I don't know. Like, honestly, he's in a really good spot, but I feel like he messed up a bit, and he's still probably like crazy far ahead with a good 10 worker lead.
Okay, so Riser is getting a Phoenix first instead of an Oracle. So it means he is going to try to prioritize getting those Overlords out of the way quickly, and that could mean he's going to want to go into something aggressive, possibly something off of 2 bases.
Yeah.
Starkiller saying he's planning on making those anyways.
Yeah. Interesting here to see a Robo with no Twilight. That's quite unusual. Usually when there's a Robo that, you know, signals Archon drop because there's a Twilight going down and a bunch of stuff. But this is not an Archon drop because, well, it could be, but if so, it's a weird one because usually you drop the Twilight before the Robo. But yeah, no Twilight still, so he's just going into 4 gates with a Robo without Archons. I am very confused by this build. I do not understand it at all.
Yeah, well, I mean, when you see Protoss is trying to deny the Overlord vision with either a Stalker or a faster Phoenix, a lot of times it does signal that they are maybe trying to look to get something done off of 2 bases, throwing down a lot of gates. You know, the third will go up, but
I just realized what this build is. It's this is the Haas build he used at Valencia a lot. Wait, was it Valencia? Yeah, it was Valencia. So like, he does this +1 Zealot Immortal push. It's like 2 Immortals and a War Prism and like 9 gates of Zealots with +1. It's a really weird push. Like, he beat a lot of high-level Zergs with it at Valencia because like no one has seen this before. It's like really weird to do this off 2 bases. Like, Immortal Zealot push usually isn't the thing. Usually you want Archons and stuff. But yeah, I mean, let's see what happens here. Because like, obviously with the +1, Zealot's 2-shot links. So that's like a really big deal, obviously. Oh no, wait, there's no charge, so we can't do... No, I have no idea what's going on, sorry. Just ignore everything I said, there's no charge.
Well, I mean,
it's
it's probably not any carbon copy of any particular build because going for those aggressive buildings in the beginning, offset his build. But one of the things on Lost and Found, I think it is pretty good for Protoss to go for a standard fast 3 base, just because this base on the low ground is pretty easily defendable as far as thirds go.
Yeah. I mean, I guess this is just going to be a Soul Train, like just, Immortal Sentry, the old school Immortal Sentry Allin. But I mean, that's so weird. Like usually when you do this, you have adapts and stuff with claves, but I guess I don't know. It's been so long since I've seen a pure Soul Train build that's just Immortal Sentry with like almost no stalkers as well. And there's not that many sentries. There's like 5. I don't know. Does this work? Like.
Well, the funny thing, it worked a lot better before Ravagers existed in Heart of the Swarm.
Yeah, exactly.
But it doesn't now. It's just kind of not good.
It was just straight up broken without Ravagers. Like it was like almost unbeatable.
Well, I mean, you had Demica really good.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it's broke.
But it was like Protosses were winning every tournament, doing this every game, and like even though the Zerg knew they would do it, they would still win. Like it was a really really crazy time for Protoss because this was like the one build. But I don't know. Like maybe this still works. Like I haven't seen this in a long time. For sure.
Well, this is a lot here. He's going to have to get some good force fields, and the Ravagers are up. I'm walking a lot of the Stalkers forward. There's 2 Immortals here getting a lot done. We'll see.
Yeah, the Immortals are doing a ton, and like the Stalkers are just not dying. He's doing the thing where like Stalkers have longer range than Roaches. So if you force field the Roaches out and you step back, your Stalkers will just shoot and the Roaches can't.
Oh my goodness, the drones. He's fighting with drones, so he's already killed 10. This is a huge win for Riser. He kind of has to make this work. It's on 2 bases, though. The Immortals are still alive. He's warping in more Stalkers, and I think Starkiller may have just been beaten here.
Yeah, I mean, he looks pretty out. Yeah, GG. I don't know. I don't know about that. That build, I think, is just a straight up follow up because he knew he was so far ahead.
Wow.
He's just like, I'm really ahead. I'll make that push because I don't know. That's I don't think that the normal Soul Chain build is viable anymore. Because like that looked close, even though he was up like 15 workers the entire game. Like normally when you're up 15 workers and you go for a timing push, it's not even close.
Yeah. That's weird. I mean, I really haven't seen that too much, like that specific 2-base Immortal Sentry push at least in the last bit of Legacy of the Void for a while.
Yeah. I mean, it's been a long time. Yeah, but I mean, if Parting comes back, then maybe the Soul Train build can come back too. He's pretty much the inventor, so maybe he's gonna breathe some life into it.
I love Parting, man. He's so funny.
Yeah. Well, yeah, he's a bit of a goofball, isn't he?
It's so funny. So I guess Starkiller. Well, if Flume is not here, then we gotta play Starkiller again.
Yeah, that's a bit unfortunate, Yeah, where's let's check. Hopefully Flume is here. See some PvP. That'll be a cool game. But I mean, otherwise, I don't mind watching Starkiller and Riser go at it again. I just think the issue with that is that it felt like that game both people were trying to hide builds. Like I feel like a cannon rush into Soul Train is.
Oops, sorry, cutting out there a bit. Oh, wait a second, I'm getting
TV money. At the best of night.
So I'm just checking Discord messages from Flume a second. Oh, Discord, come on, don't be so slow. Okay, Flume just texted me he cannot. It's unfortunate. So Starkiller will go out again. It's unfortunate, but just get some more preview against for Sunday. Sunlily in chat, how you doing, Sunlily? Oh. Wow, my computer is going slow right now. Wait, Faith, you there, right?
Yep, I'm still
Okay.
here.
Sorry, I just freaking out for a second that maybe there was a disconnection or something.
Yeah, I was being really quiet because I don't know. I was just being real quiet. I'll blame the time, guys. 2 a.m.
Wow, man. I probably couldn't do it.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm pretty used to it at this point. It's not that bad. I did, however, not sleep as much this morning as I wanted to, so that's a little bit annoying. Ooh, I think it's Fracture, right?
Yeah, so that's that
That's the super short map.
yeah, the rush map.
Yeah. So that's interesting. I've personally, I don't know. No, actually, this can be Dreamcatcher. What am I talking about? They said Fracture and then picked Dreamcatcher. Alright, I guess. But yeah, okay. Dreamcatcher, totally different from Fracture. Still a short rush distance in the beginning before you knock down the rocks, but not as short as Fracture, and definitely more of a macro map. I do think it's a really good map for Protoss to hide buildings in their main, because the main is so oddly shaped. Like you see down at the back of the main base, there's like these prongs coming out of your base. In the back, you can usually hide things there, and it's too far away for the Overlord to ever get to it before a Stalker or a Phoenix or something kills it. So you can just hide your tech and get away with stuff like maybe going for fast Twilight or something, going Stalker into Twilight and going Charge Allin, or something like that.
For some reason I cannot close my chat. Come on. Close. Whatever. $23 saying, maybe the probe and drone will even hug and give kisses before scouting each other. Wouldn't that be nice? It's a friendly clan war, right? It's a friendly fight to the death. A friendly cage match.
All right, so Dreamcatcher. Yeah, like I said, basically a fairly normal map. The biggest, well, it's not really a normal map. It's a bit weird, but like people have gotten used to it, so it's not that weird anymore. But like the biggest thing is that you can hide buildings in the back of your base in PvC. I'd say that's like probably the biggest wild card, and the fact that roaches get across the map really fast. Like if there's no rocks knocked down.
Right, yeah, if we see a Stalker, I would bet on my money on a 2-base push from Riser.
Yeah, which is really common.
Alrighty, in the top corner of Dreamcatcher, they've got the purple Protoss Riser.
And in the bottom right-hand side of the map for Psionic Aftermath, it is Start, looking for some redemption after that game one. Funnily, this turned into a sort of best of 2 randomly, so basically whoever wins this. So it's either going to be 1-1 between these guys or 2-0 for Riser.
Alright, sorry everybody, I cannot change the score because, uh-oh. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, I have the sticky keys bug again. So I cannot change the score right now because I cannot use shift.
Oh, that's really unfortunate.
Yeah, and I can't click on the mini-map.
Oh, damn.
Yep.
Well, I guess scrolling is it for you then. That's really unfortunate. Yeah. Well, anyway, the score is 3-2, right? For favoring Allin at the moment. So they're on match point. If Riser wins this game, then they win the Clan War 4-2. Otherwise, we'll go to an ace match between Starkiller and the 4th player from Riser. Or Allin, I mean. Anyways, we did see a fast gas opening here from Starkiller, so he's gonna have a really quick speed, which is like, there's a lot of things you can do with this. Like either you can just do it for scouting, for scaring the Protoss, or whatever. It does set you behind economically, but I mean, I don't know. Speedlinks are just crazy strong. Like they just have so much value. They can do so many things for you, but it is a bit problematic going for speed this quickly. Like if the Protoss gets a wall up and stuff, then the speedlinks aren't going to be that useful. You're going to have permanent map control, which is that's always the case really with Zerg in the early game. But otherwise, you won't gain much from losing the drones and making a gas this fast.
All right, so there is that Stalker and the Twilight Council as well. So
yeah, so he's doing the exact thing we were talking about, except he's not hiding the buildings. Why not? You could totally hide your buildings like back here. I can't ping, so I can't show you where it is, but like in the back of the base, yeah.
Right. I mean, well, the thing is, if he gets the Stalker out and denies the Overlords, then he won't necessarily need that.
Yeah, it's just like, the other Overlord that's like in the middle, like down there, is probably gonna get in here and see the Twilight. Like if he's checking, he should see it. Also, he sees the Robo now, which is a big deal. Seeing the Robo is a dead giveaway. Like there's only if there's a Robo this fast, there's no Stargate. It's either Charge Allin or it's Archon drop, and this is gonna be DT Archon drop apparently.
Ooh, and Riser moved to Stalker over way too late, so the Overlord will see this. So it's a huge loss from Riser. He could have gotten the Overlord up there, Stalker up there in time. I mean,
yeah, this is what I mean too, right? I feel like even if he had the Stalker up here, the Overlord still would have seen the Twilight Council. Probably not the DT Shrine though, which would have been good. But like if the buildings were down in the corner, he wouldn't have seen anything. So yeah, I just feel like a bit of a mistake on building placement from Riser. Not a big one though. Just unfortunate that the DT Shrine is scouted this fast. Yeah, and I mean, from here on, if Starkiller wants, he can just basically drone up to 60 drones. Like, it's so simple to play Zerg from here. Like, if you see everything like this, you can just, you can react perfectly. Just use your larva just the way you want it. Just, in this scenario, it's just go up to 60 drones and make a few roaches, and you never die. You basically take no damage, and you're 20 workers ahead. But, I mean, Starkiller's still down in drones because of that early batch of Lings and the early speed he went for, so he's gonna need to catch up in workers quite quickly.
The War Prism is here, and it's gonna morph in the Archons at the third base or area of Riser. It doesn't have quite enough gas, it looks like, for the fourth DT. He's gonna drop them as DTs first, and then morph them to Archons later. And there is a spore here.
But there's no units. Like, you can probably just snipe the spore, and then there's no... Oh,
there's a roach there.
Perfect pull. Yeah, there's a roach and a perfect drone pull as well. But still, 5 drones. I mean, that's not bad. That's quite good. Like, that's way more that should happen from a scouted DT Shrine. Like, that should get 0 drones. So, I don't know. That ended up being really good.
He did get a ton of health on the shuttle, so he's gonna have to be really careful with that, and he could lose it straight up if he's not careful, if he flies into a spore or queen, although the shield does regen crazy fast.
Yeah, I mean, the shield is gonna keep that from happening most of the time. Like, with good micro, you should never lose an Archon drop like this, unless there's either speed Hydras or Mutas or something weird. So I don't know, I feel like, yeah,
okay,
it's just that's actually
close.
Yeah, that was a bit of a sloppy call. Yeah. You need to be careful with, queens on creep are fast enough to scoot and shoot and actually chase down the War Prism, so you definitely have to be careful with that.
Oh, looks like we're frozen a little bit. Okay. So we got Blink.
I mean, this is...
Yeah.
Again, weird from Riser. He's going Blink. Blink Disruptor. So, once again, I feel like either this is a way for him to just hide his strats from Starkiller, or he's just trying to confuse him. Because this is... this is very off meta. Like, no one ever plays this in PvC for a reason. Like, it's quite good against roaches, obviously, but so are immortals, so why would you make disruptors when you can just make immortals, Yeah, I don't really know. Um, it's good against Roach Hydra because like Roach Hydra doesn't have as many links, so you can't actually block the disruptor balls with the Zerglings.
Yeah, I mean, the disruptors will just come down to his micro. If he can get a couple really nice disruptor shots off, then he can make them pay. But if you don't, and then you could pretty much lose your main army. Okay, there's an attack of Starkiller coming into the third, and it's going to deny some mining here.
Yeah, and there's not much here. Like, if he just splits up a bit, like, as long as he doesn't let... Oh, good dancing here. Look at this. He's just threatening with the disruptor. He's not even firing the ball. He's just like, yeah, I have this. You can't run at my immortal, you know? That's a really cool move. Because, like, as long as the disruptor ball is up, he can't run in with the roaches like he wants.
Okay, the two disruptor shots are down.
Like what he's doing right now. Yeah, like this. This is what you want. You want to run in and focus fire things. But when the disruptors are up, you can't do that.
Oh my goodness!
Roaches. Yeah.
This is way too aggressive from Starkiller. He's losing tons of roaches.
Yeah, he's just not made any drones. He's down 10 workers. No fourth base. Like, he had to go aggressive here because of the build he chose. Like, I don't know. Like,
that was kind of weird.
I don't want to judge. Yeah, like, this was really weird game from Starkiller. Like, he basically started out with a fast speed, and then he went for, like, very low drone counts into a lot of roaches. And it's like, he also took damage from the DTs, and now, like, yeah, he's just down 10 workers. And he's going against Blink Disruptor and with Mass Roach, which is not something you want to do.
Okay. There's a Spire coming up from Starkiller, so maybe he's going to try to get a Roach switch happening. Meanwhile, Starkiller is going to cancel that fourth Nexus. That's a nice play, and force Riser's army to come back.
Yeah, it's definitely good. These DTs are going to be really annoying, though. Good counterattack. Yeah, I like this. Like, he needs to pull the army of Riser back. Otherwise, he'll just straight up die. It is like...
Oh, no.
I don't know. Like, it's a little bit funny. I feel like if these disruptors were just immortals, like, imagine if each disruptor here... how many is it? Like 3? There could be like an immortal for each one of those, so it could be 5 immortals right now, and that would just be GG. Like 5 immortals right now, he could just walk across the map and he would just kill him. So I don't know.
Well, yeah, I mean, Riser's army on paper will totally beat Starkiller's, but the issue is, you know, Starkiller just been running him around a bit, and that's what Zerg has to do. And the whole point of that is just to buy him enough time for mutas. There's 14 mutas coming out here, and Starkiller has to get some damage done, or else he's going to get so far behind.
I mean, he can just... There's Blink, though. There's +2 Blink Stalkers. Like, I don't know. There's an Archon, there's +2 Blink Stalkers, and a War Prison. Like,
it's going to have to be economic harassment. It's what's going to happen.
Yeah. I mean, this is going to be a pure base trade, right? But, I don't know. He has recall. He can just recall his units. He also caught a bunch of high mutas there. Like, if he just recalls this army right now, you can just chase the mutas.
Yeah, the
+2 Blink Stalkers just straight up beat mutas, you know?
Okay, just killed 20 probes. That's huge. But the army of Riser is coming in and attacking the third.
Yeah. Lots of hesitation, though. Like, he's standing still. He's doing other things. Like, he's not paying attention to it. He's gonna lose an Archon here immediately, no pull on the probes. Making 1 cannon at home? Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
He's like floating a decent amount of money too. Like, he's just not... This doesn't feel like he's handling this very well at all. His army isn't attacking, and he's also like, you know... He's already lost all of his probes, and he's still gonna recall, which is... I don't know, peculiar, because now his army is going to get chased down by the mutas.
Yeah, Starkiller did this really well. He got so many probes, like 50 total died there. So now Riser's economy is shot, and he's got a base going down at the gold base. The question is, can Starkiller defend the attack of Riser at home?
Yeah, so he's going to try and clean this army up. It is a decent amount of Archons, like 2. It's decent, but... I mean, this is a lot of mutas. I don't know.
Okay, the mutas were underneath those Archons there. That's sketchy.
Yeah. I mean,
oh no!
Close.
Oh no!
Oh, good shots.
Wow. This.
Good War Prison micro, but it's not enough. I mean, there's Stalkers now though. These Stalkers can just fight the mutas, and then he wins. I don't know. I feel like this was really poorly handled by Riser, and he's still gonna win this game because he was just so far ahead in the mid game. Like he should have. He didn't need to lose those 30 probes. He could have recalled from the start.
I think it was
Like
50.
the 50
It's
probes.
insane.
Yeah, 50. Yeah, but I mean, it's still gonna be a win here. Like I muted Ling just can't beat 2 Archons and plus 2 Blink Stalkers. Like it's just too much.
Wow, this is insane. I mean, I don't really understand what Starkiller was trying to do with the roaches that early. Yeah, he
I don't
invested
know.
a lot into those, and then his economy was really behind.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like the biggest issue was the early Ling thing. Like he went super fast speed. He went gas pool hatch, which is like super late hatch, and then he skipped. Then he went fast. He immediately mined gas to get the fast Ling speed. Then he made 4 Lings and just sat them outside the base. And that entire early game, he was down like 15 workers, like 10 to 15 workers, to Ricer, who was just like making probes at home, playing normal. So I don't know.
Yeah,
This is a really weird game. But here's the thing, Ricer still hasn't completely won this because he lost all of his probes. He has no probes. If he loses his Nexi here, you know, like, he can't remake them. He has 1 probe, and it has 45 minerals. Like,
So-
he can't make anything.
yeah, that is the thing with Muniz is that he's going to be really mobile, and if he keeps denying the mining, then Starkiller will have 1 base, so it's all going to come down to his defense of that 1 base.
Yeah, and he's making a bunch of spines, which, like, spines are really good against stalkers. Like, people will tell you otherwise, but, like, I don't know, man. Like, everything's good against stalkers. Everything except medevacs is good against stalkers, so I don't know. This is a good catch. He's gonna catch two Archons. He will lose a lot of mutas for it.
Oh
though,
no,
because
he's not
Archons-
splitting his mutas. Okay, there we go.
Yeah. He gets 2 Archons there. Like, that was really worth it for him. Because if those 2 Archons are with the stalkers, there's no way he kills them. But I don't know. Like, feels like neither player will, like, the stalkers would blink is obviously really good in a base trade scenario because they're really mobile and they have so much micro ability. Like, look at how low these stalkers are getting and not dying. It's just so useful. But I mean, Ling Muta in theory does beat stalkers. So
Yeah, Riser just needs to take this really slow if he wants to win. And now, this is so weird. I think Starkiller will win because there's not really much that Riser can do. I mean, like you said, he's not
Yeah.
producing anything.
like, if Starkiller just keeps making Lings and Spine Crawlers, he'll win eventually. Because he'll just whittle down. Like, this is what Riser has to play with. Because he lost those 50 workers, he has nothing but stalkers now, and no mining at all. He's slowly picking up spine crawlers, which is good. But I mean, still, look at how low these stalkers are. Like, they're slowly just being whittled down. And there's still like 5 more spine crawlers, so I don't know.
Are there DTs out on the map?
No, not a single one. I don't think.
Okay. I was like, if he could just dive with the Blink Stalkers on the Overseers and then just come in with some DTs.
Yeah, but there's 2 overseers though, and they're fully, one of them is full HP, and there's a spore as well, I think, right? Nope, no spore actually. But yeah, I mean, he doesn't have the money to make anything. He has 1 probe. I don't even know where it is. So you know, like, that 1 probe is sitting next to the Nexus at his 4th base, and it's gonna get picked off right now by the Mutas. So yeah. All right, that's it. He can't mine anymore. He does not even have enough money to make another probe.
Okay, takes
Oh,
down.
the disruptors are still alive. Holy shit, that's
Yeah.
like oh my god. The disruptors, that could change everything.
I have no idea why
I haven't
Riser
seen
was
them.
attacking with the Blink Stalkers and not the.
Yeah.
Oh, gets the
Oh
2
my God, he
queens!
picks up 2 queens. It's huge.
And the
And
mutas are
like,
coming.
he
Oh no,
just
the
slowly
Archon.
Kill the spines. Oh no, and the mutas die too.
Oh
Disaster.
man.
Is Starkiller actually going to lose this game anyway?
Oh man, this is so brutal.
Oh.
He's picking off spines.
Yeah, I mean, no amount of links is like, you need like 60 links to beat this, because there's an Archon there, and like stalkers with blink can just micro forever. He's tanking with the disruptors too, which is like really smart.
Okay, gets another spine with that.
As long as he takes it slow, he'll win. Like,
Okay,
of
the
course, he
Lings are
needs to
coming
go for
forward.
the- Oh, I mean, that's a good pickoff on the Archon for sure, but I don't know. He needs to kill the disruptors. That's what he needs. Like, disruptors dead, he can't kill the spines.
Okay, there should be enough here, I think, for Starkiller to defend. Because he's still mining.
Yeah, he is, but like, I don't know.
Gets 2 drones there.
Yeah.
Wow.
Still making spines, still making Zerglings. Like, eventually Zerglings will hit a critical mass. Now that there's no Archon, that's a huge deal. Like, right? Like, the spines and the Lings manage to target down the Archon, which means Zerglings are all of a sudden a lot better against this. Oh, cool changelings too. He can use the changelings to tank the disruptor balls if he pays attention. Oh no, he's gonna lose queens again.
Okay, 1 queen survived.
Yeah.
Oh no, loses some more stalkers. Okay, now I think Starkiller will win.
Yeah. I mean, it's just he's slowly getting back in. It was looking grim there. Oh, the disruptor pickoff is huge. Against the second disruptor. Oh yeah, that's GG. Okay, yeah, game over.
Yep,
That's so
this is. Yeah, there's nothing he can do.
Go right now, or he just loses. Yeah. So yeah, like 2 spines. That's too much. He can't fight it anymore. He goes back to his shield battery to get some health, but like these are all half HP stalkers. They have +2, but there's just links, you know. Oh, did his spawning pool bled out? He can't make links anymore or spines. Oh my god, it bled out because it wasn't on creep.
Okay, so this is Riser's last chance. I don't think he realizes it, but this is it. Okay, transfuse on the thing. Yeah, this is it.
Alright, yeah, so that was a good kill on the stalker. I mean, at the moment he can't make links, so this looks a lot closer than it is, but the moment he gets the spawning pool, he's gonna make 6 or 7 Zerglings more, and that's just, yeah, 6 more. Yeah, that's it. 6 more, 1 queen. Like, he can even make another spine, and he's just fine. As long as he doesn't lose all of his workers, he wins the game.
Okay, good blink micro though.
Yeah. Okay, so that was sloppy by a Starkiller, throwing away all his links. Oh,
Okay.
he can't lose the hatch. That can't happen. Move your spine, dude. Oh my god. Playing with fire right here.
Man, this is so close. Cause Riser actually keeps whittling down stuff.
Yeah, and the reason this is close is because he lost the spawning pool. Like, it bled out, and he didn't make a new one at home until like very late. So he was sitting on like 4 links instead of like the 12 he could have had.
Okay, just real quick. Flume, we do not need you, man. Starkiller is taking your spot. This is you right now. Just wanted to answer that. Sorry, I missed your message. Okay, doesn't lose a stalker there, and loses an overseer. Yeah. I mean, that's not the biggest deal in the world.
Really impressive micro for sure, but like, I don't know. Alright, he's slowly using transfuses to keep his hatchery and spine alive. It's good.
Wow, this is
I don't know.
this is insane.
Yeah. And it's just gonna be about hitting the critical mass of links, basically. Oh, go after the back stalker. Come on, do it. Go after the ones without blink in the back. Really good micro from Riser, of course. But I don't know. Man, I feel like Starkiller's thrown this game 4 times, and Riser's thrown it like 6. So
This is
it's really crazy. Like, Riser's army was like 400 times as good as Starkiller's, and he still it still is like on the verge of losing this game, because he like recalled half of it and lost the other half and stuff. I mean, it's hard, right? Like, base trades against Mutaling is like one of the hardest things to navigate ever. Like, it's ridiculous how difficult it is.
Starkiller, being annoying with some lings. Does Riser have any other shield batteries besides that one?
No, I feel like that's the only one. Yeah. Like, I feel honestly, I think Starkiller should just like start counterattacking with lings or something. Like, I don't know. Maybe he can't. It doesn't matter though. Like, what does he kill? Nothing matters. Oh, chase. Okay, this is it. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, he's gonna pick off all the stalkers. GG. Good game from. All right. Starkiller pulling out a miracle win there. He was so far behind at one point. Like, if you can just look at the graphs, I think.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's just ridiculous. Like, he was at like half the army supply and he won the game. Like, it was yeah, half the army supply, and it was Mutaling against +2 blink stalkers and archons. Like, That's never supposed. I think that's one of the craziest wins I've seen in a PvC. Like, you're not supposed to win with that comp or that kind of army supply. It shouldn't even be close.
Yeah, I mean it's insane that Starkiller won that, and man, Rise just got to be kicking himself here. He had the game, and it's really interesting how Protoss is. It's such a common theme. Like, it seems like once they push across the map, get really indecisive, and he didn't quite push in early enough, I think, to punish Starkiller. He could have just marched in and killed him a lot faster than he did, I think, and then recalled. Or, not going for the recall was pretty risky because if you allow the Zerg to get a base trade, then they can start getting ahead, whittling stuff down, getting in his production. I mean, 50 probes, that's insane. To just lose 50 probes straight up.
He started a base trade without transferring probes, and when he had recall and a better army. I feel like if he had just straight up, like all he had to do, honestly, was just recall to his third nexus, chase away the mutas, and then chase them with +2 blink stalkers. He had like more blink stalkers than there were mutas, and he had +2. Like he could have just, like +2 blink stalkers beat mutas 1-on-1, so like you can just chase them. They're pretty much as fast too. Like it's pretty close with blink, so you can just like keep toe to toe with the blink stalkers, with the mutas, and you'll win.
Hey Landfear, what's up? Join in the chat. Man.
All right, it's gonna be another CVP here, between Starkiller and Pure. Cool. And it's gonna be on Fracture, the smallest map in the map pool, the designated rush map.
Yep, so this is match point here. 3-3. It's all tied up.
Yeah, it's the ace match. Our last player, Starkiller, against their last player, Pure.
Yeah, I got
Thank God it's not a CVC.
For sure. Like I said, I got that sticky key bug again, so I cannot use my keyboard for this. So, and I can't click on the mini map. So, I'm doing the best I can. But that's why I'm scrolling a little bit weird. Alrighty, first set, number 7 in this best of 7 with all inspiration. In the bottom corner of Fracture, we have the light blue Zerg Starkiller.
And in the top right-hand side, left-hand side of the map,
oh,
Allin, we have the red Protoss, the ace player for Allin. It is Pure. Yeah, I'm going to sleep off this game.
What is it, like?
All right,
3
so,
now?
wow, this is, yeah, it's 2:30.
Wow.
It's really cool that we have this is really fast drone going out right now. So I don't know if that's just to steal a gas and like block the nexus and then steal a gas, probably, if you can. And then, yeah, I don't know. Or if it's just straight up proxy hatch, never mind.
Proxy hatch.
Yeah, so it's in range of the pylon too, so I mean he sees it. Alright, and it's just gonna be a slow gas afterwards, probably a pool. And honestly, this is, as funny as this is to say, this is fairly low committal from the Zerg. Like, if he just straight up makes a hatchery at home right now, like Jedrick showed me this crazy build that he does, where he goes, as Zerg, where he goes 3 hatch before pool, but he makes a 4th hatch that's blocking the nexus.
Wow, that's
then,
nuts.
Yeah, it's just like basically just to block the nexus, and it's like you're just going econ behind it, which is like it's really crazy. But yeah, you can do crazy stuff like that. Like the hatchery isn't actually that big of an investment because you can cancel it, like, right? So it's basically like eBay blocking, but it costs a lot more, but it has a lot more health too, and you can you can do it over and over without a SCV that's building. You can do this too, yeah.
Yeah, I mean that proxy hatch is definitely effective. had 4 drones pulled for a very long time, and it's going to delay that expansion for Pure for quite a long time.
Here's the issue, though. He did not get his own expand up until just now. He just started it because the probe was blocking it the entire time, which is like one of those issues with this build. He's gonna have a really fast speed though. Like, I don't know. Well, there's already adepts coming out. Like, I don't know. This is looking really good for Pure as well. Like, 2 adepts moving out already. Nexus on the way. He has 2 gates. He can just keep making adepts. Like, I definitely want to be the Protoss in this scenario. Like, every time. He's up 4 workers. His Nexus is, like, on time with the hatch. And there's almost no Zerglings against these 1 Zealot and 2 adepts. Actually, yeah, never mind. There's a good 8 Zerglings in the main. That's good enough to keep this away. But I mean, forcing Zerglings is good enough for these units, so...
So likely will cancel the 3rd, but one of the things is Starkiller can use that to just you know, prepare enough time to get a reaction out.
I don't think he will though. Like,
yeah.
The speed is about to finish. Like, I mean, I don't think he will cancel the 3rd, because speed is about to finish for the links. He's gonna get a, like, as long as he gets a queen over here, he can get a good surround and just kill the adepts. Oh wow, the adepts get out of position too. Well, that's not quite enough links actually. But yeah, with the queen here, it's eventually going to be cleaned up.
Okay, he actually should cancel those shades. He can get on top of this queen here. Adept Micro has been really nice.
As long as he cleans up the Zealot, there we go. Alright, well, no, the adepts are going to kill the queen anyway. Yeah, so that's not good. But he's not going to lose his base at least. But, I mean, this is the thing, right? 2 adepts and 1 Zealot just did this amount of damage. They killed the queen, killed like 12 links, forced like 15, you know? Yeah.
Oh my goodness, he's abusing the angle so well.
Yeah.
And now the push from Pure is going to be really good as well. He's got an Immortal out as well and some sentries at the natural. So this is
going
great for him.
Robo-bait. What is it with all the Protosses doing weird shit today? What's going on? No, there's like a thing that you never do that's called making Colossi and Disruptors in both PvC and PvT, really. You can kind of make Colossi in PvT, but like, I don't know, it's just weird. I don't get it. Why would you get a Robo-Bay in PvC? It never happens.
Well, Glosses are pretty good. I mean, like Disruptors, they're just a micro unit. If you invest enough micro into them, they can be really strong.
But yeah, but you can also just make the Immortal that kills everything and doesn't require micro. So it's like, why would you not do that instead?
But a Disruptor,
it's like,
yeah, could
like I don't know, like it's just more expensive and gives you worse units, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean,
and in everyone's opinion, pretty much.
I feel you.
I don't know. It's a little weird. It's kind of like going just mass Dragoon Reaver in Brood War. It's like it like in theory it sounds super good because you can just mass, you know, kill everything with scarabs and AoE damage, but it doesn't really work that way. Like it's just, I don't know. Colossi are like a really cool idea, but they don't really work because roaches just run them down. And, you know, if you get later on and you're like, yeah, I have Immortals with my Colossi, then the Zerg's like, yeah, but I have 30 Hydras, so I just kill everything. Stuff like that. Like, there's a reason everyone goes Storm Immortal in this matchup is because it works. Like, it's the best one by far. Yeah, but I think we're gonna see a double Colossi push here from the Protoss player, which is like really weird. I mean, it's gonna have +1 too, I guess, because he has a Forge.
Thermal Lance as well, so I mean the range is gonna be pretty sick.
Yeah, but I feel like this just straight up dies to like literally mass roach just kills this. Like, it's not even close. Because like Colossi do almost nothing to roaches, and he has 1 Immortal, but like if he just gets a decent surround with roaches, he just kills this. Like, this is crazy. I felt like Pure was so far ahead this game. He still kind of is, but I don't think this attack is ever gonna work. Maybe he just takes a 3rd base and makes me look like a fool. That's very possible, but then you're still on, you know, Colossi tech against the Zerg player, which is never a fun thing.
The one thing is though, yeah, I mean, Starkiller's army's huge. I think in the day before Ravagers, Colossus were pretty good because Roachling, they could get bogged up with some, what do you call them, force fields.
Good force fields, yeah.
But post Ravager, Colossus, like you said, aren't that good. If he gets enough of them out, then 4 Colossus can mow down an insane amount of Lings. So it's possible, but it's definitely not. It's definitely very weak for a long time, is what I would say.
Yeah, and I just feel like it's so expensive for what you get. Like each Colossi is like almost an Archon in gas cost, and it's like two and a half Immortals in gas cost. Like they're so expensive. It's crazy. Like they just don't give as much as, like, imagine, would you rather have 2.5 Immortals or 1 Colossi? Like, who would ever say 1 Colossi? Like it's just there's no one in the world who's like, yeah, no, I'd rather have 1 Colossi than 2.5 Immortals. Yeah, I don't know.
Massling, maybe.
Yeah, versus Massling, maybe, but like still, Massling beats 1 Colossi. I don't know. It's just like a really weird value thing where I just feel like it's bad. But I mean, the Zerg is down 20 workers, so who cares about value at that point? His army supply is huge though, so like if he gets a good engagement, he can still wipe this army. But I feel like if the Protoss just made double Robo Immortal and like some Archons, he would never lose this game.
I mean, I feel like though in this position, if he had Immortals, that many Lings could definitely wreck him. I think the Colossus are a good choice against this many Lings. He made the Colossus blind though, so that is definitely questionable. But in this area up here with Fracture, or you got these 2 tight chokes here, I think Colossus will do okay. But we'll see. He's moving out into the map, where I think his best bet is just to defend here.
Yeah, like he should just set up his ramp. Like he's up 20 workers, 15 right now. Like that's a huge deal, and yeah, he's getting his second Robo now. Hopefully he'll start making some Immortals if he realizes that his opponent's making so many Roaches. And I get your point that Colossi are better against Lings than Immortals, but like, each Colossi is 1 Immortal and 1 Archon anyway, so it's like the same thing, pretty much. In cost, so like you could just have Archons instead, just better.
Nemesis asking, have we seen a Stargate opener? Yes, the first game from Riser was a Stargate opener into a 2-base push, which is interesting as well. I mean, you're right, the Protoss have been weird.
No, wait, the first game from Riser was a cannon rush.
But it was into Stargate first. He went Stargate first.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah, so he went cannon rush into Stargate into Soul Train, which is like Immortal Sentry build with no Twilight, which is also weird. I don't know. What's up with the Protosses today? They're all being weird and crazy. Like it's. I'm not saying it's terrible the things they're doing. It's just like there are better ways to play the game.
Ooh, the 4th goes down with no cancel.
Yeah, really good snipe there. Ravager, Biles, of course, like really high burst damage. It's really nice. Yeah, the Protoss is gonna need a 4th here. He's very oversaturated, and like I'm really happy that he's going into double Immortal Storm now. Like with Storm and Archons, Colossi becomes so much better because like Storm pairs up well with other AoE damage because like it lowers everything to low HP, and then the one swipe from the Colossi just kills everything, because it's like low HP from the Storm. You get it?
Right.
So like Storm and Colossi works really well together. Of course, there's no Storm yet, but it's on the way. Oh, what? He's just gonna kill the Colossi. Yeah.
Yeah, right? With the Corruptors.
Just chase him down. Just focus. Oh no, this is shield.
Oh.
Never mind. Okay, yeah, I'm silly.
Man, that was a sick play from Starkiller. From Pure going back into the shield battery and killing all his Corruptors. But it looks like Starkiller is going to get a 4th cancel again. That's huge. And with Starkiller's creep spread, he can just go all around the map. Fracture's such a small map, and Starkiller's creep spread is so good that he's just owning Pure right now, outmaneuvering him.
Yeah, I just feel like I just wish he would realize what's going on here and just make a big load of roaches and just like start, like as long as he surrounds this army, like he'll just crush it straight up. Like this army requires good force fields and storms to work. So if he gets like a 360 surround, he'll just smash this. Because you can't storm 360, not in any way. Same with force fields.
Okay,
So.
here's the thing though. Pure is
But I
setting
guess
up.
he's just gonna counterattack. So.
The fourth is going to get canceled again by Starkiller, but he's getting a lot of drones here, and getting that mining base is pretty huge. He can also push into the fourth as well.
Yeah. I mean, it's another base trade. There is Storm for the Protoss player here, so like if he warps in some Templar in like a hidden location somewhere, that could be really cool because you can land some, random storms when your opponent isn't looking. It's like a really good thing to do in a base race. Oh yeah, and these Zealots are getting crazy value. Holy shit! They're just sniping off like half the army that's alone. Yeah, I mean I think Pure is just straight up winning this base trade right now. Cause he's cleaning up the army at home.
Seem to be getting some lag here. I'm not sure what, because we were fine for everything else except now. But anyways.
Yeah, I mean, I think Pure just recalls here, and he wins the game. So, cause he's killed everything. Zerg is slightly mining, yeah, but he has no production because he doesn't have any structures to produce from. He has one hatchery and no spawning pool or anything. So if Pure just recalls to his base, and just defends, he wins. Then again, I think he doesn't even need to recall to defend. He has Storm up here and Zealots and an Archon in a choke point. No amount of links is ever gonna kill this, so yeah, I mean Starkiller can't kill him, and his army is just better. I guess he still recalls though.
So Starkiller pretty much has this game won, well, except for the army of Pure.
No, I
Wait a second, yeah, I got
can't see
confused.
No, I can't see Starkiller winning this. Like, he's at half the army supply. His army is just straight up worse. I feel like he could have just killed that Protoss army. Like if he just envelops that, like Colossi don't do anything when they're surrounded, right? Same with Storm, kind of, in a similar way. Not quite as much, but still. And there wasn't that much Storm. There were like 4 Templar, and there were like 2 or 3 Immortals versus like 30 Roaches or something.
I lost track of Pure's army. I can't. This all shift key. I mean, okay.
Yeah, he's just killing links in the middle of the map. He's moving out. Like, basically the army of Starkiller right now is like all links. It's like 40 links. There's 3 Archons and a bunch of Storm and Colossi. Like, he can't even counterattack. He's just dead. Sadly. GG.
GG.
Alright. Another weird game in a PvC. Like, both players just playing off meta. Yeah, Starkiller going for a hatch block into a really late speed and playing basically Zerg with 15 less drones than the Protoss player the entire game. Both games that we've seen from him today. And yeah, Pure just like going into double Robo, well, 1 Robo Colossus. Like he basically went like a 2 Colossus expand, which is like really weird. I don't know. 2 Colossus freebait? I don't know. I don't think I've seen that in 10 years. So.
Yeah. So I said it like 5 times, but the reason why I wasn't able to track some things in the last 2 observing games is because I have a sticky key thing, so I cannot see. I could not use my keyboard for that entire last game, so I do apologize for that. Sorry about that. The first couple of games, if you go back and rewatch, I think we're all right. But I tried to say that, but understand why you're upset.
Oh wow, well, those guys need to be freaking. Yeah, okay.
I
so
mean,
you
I
need
understand.
gripe
It
and
is
all this
frustrating.
doing.
It is frustrating to watch it when things
I
are
don't
being
care if
missed.
it's frustrating. You don't shout in all caps at people.
That's true.
Just you being a dickbag. You don't need to do that.
Yeah, but
Hey, come on, it's not hard.
it's just
Alright,
I don't get it. It's like I cannot get into this weird bug where I can't use my keyboard in a game.
Yeah, it's really unfortunate.
Okay.
I've never seen that. Yeah.
But anyways, thanks to everybody for showing up and playing, and especially Starkiller played a bunch of games. Flume couldn't make it, so we had to put him in for an additional game. It was a really close set. Thanks to Allin for showing up, playing. It was a really, really fun series, and glad you guys enjoyed it. So yeah, if that's all you got, Faith, I'm gonna close it out.
Yeah, I mean, it was fun watching some of these GM players play. Nice to see them have some good games, even though they were really weird games coming from GMs, in my opinion. But yeah, GG's. It was fun.
Yep, and just want to say sorry again for the observing because I could not use my keyboard. Try to fix that next time. But yeah, I hope everyone has a really great night, and thanks. We got some really good viewership, so see you guys next time.
All right, man. Yep. All right. Well, yeah. GG's, man. It was fun casting with you and stuff. Yeah, for sure, for sure. Sorry about being a little bit at the end because I was getting tired and stuff.